Good morning. Happy Impact Wednesday. Impact Wednesday is a day that we get together midweek where we encourage each other, we connect, we encounter each other, and we reframe the day and the rest of the week so we can affect ourselves and others positively in a new light and finish strong together. So thanks for joining me. Today's focus is forgetting what's behind. I feel like I have ample opportunity every day to forget what's behind. And in all of the different things that I've read, from Dale Carnegie books to Norman Vincent Peale, to the Bible, to John Maxwell, to Dr. Caroline Leaf, and the idea of renewing your mind and taking your thoughts captive and concentrating on positive thoughts and releasing negativity from your mind and filling your mind with positive truth. They all have this in common, that at some point you have to forget what's behind and focus on where you are at the moment, and then retrain your mind to focus on what's true and what's pure and what's lovely and what's positive. So in one of those wonderful old books, there was a story about a man who he had a calendar on his wall, and every day he would take a page off of it at the end of the day, the page for that day, of course, and he would ball it up and he'd stand there for a few moments and he'd bow his head and he'd pray. So one day his friend asked him what he was praying about when he had that day in his hands. And the man said that he would take the day in his hands, he would thank God for the day that God gave him. He would tell God, I did the best I could with the day that you gave me. I worked hard and I appreciated the day that you gave me. And then he would ask God to bless that day that he gave him and that he worked in. And that when he placed that day into the waste can, that he would leave the day there in that day so that tomorrow he'd be ready for the next day. And he would literally cut off that day and leave it in the past. And I thought that was such a great visual and exercise that I definitely want to implement in my life. Paul said in Philippians 3:13, one thing I do, I forget what lies behind and I reach forward to what lies ahead. And we need to do that. We need to forget what lies behind. And it might be you have to forget what you did a minute ago or a second ago. Maybe you really blew it. Maybe it was something bigger. Maybe it's something bigger from your past. But we have to forget what lies behind. We have this moment now and we have the future, and that's all we have. So we need to move toward the goal and the upward call. So I hope you found that helpful, and thank you for coming and joining me. And I'd like you to impact me. I want to hear from you. I really do want to learn from others. I want to hear what you have to say. So if you have enjoyed this video, please comment on the section below where you can do that. I want to hear from you. I want to hear about your forgetting what lies behind you. I want to hear about your stories. So share them with me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and week. See you next time.